Hello, this is the Equine Breakdown, where I talk about horse racing analysis, predictions, race day insights, and race breakdowns. Today, I will be reviewing the San Anita Derby at San Anita Park. It's a field of seven with Potente trained under Bob Baffert being the favorite, so let's break this down. In post number one, we have Cherokee Nation. He is trained by Bob Baffert, and his sire is not this time. His last race, he is co-favorite. He is co-favorite in this race. In his last race, it was a maiden where he broke his maiden he broke his maiden. He owned a 103 buyer. His jockey was Misael Jaramillo. It was over a mile distance, and that was his first win. He's the co-favorite. He has Florent Giroux in the saddle. Um, I don't think he should be co-favorite in my opinion. I don't think he's as talented as Potente. I'll say that. I don't think he's as talented as Potente. But he is experienced. The thing he has over Potente is he has experience. Potente, the other Bob Baffert trainee, he only has two starts. This horse has six. So one of the most experienced in this field. One of the most experienced in this field. Um, he's very experienced. He came second to Mr. AP in his second start, which Mr. AP came second in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile behind Ted Nafi, who recently scratched from the Derby. Um, he came second to from a short neck by Mr. AP. He lost to Further Ado in November. In the Robert B. Lewis, he came second to Robusta, who just came second to Potente in the San Felipe, grade two. So there's a lot to like about him. I just do not think he is similar to Potente. Um, I think Potente is the right choice at 2-1 for me. Um, so let's look at Potente. Potente, his last race was a month ago. San Anita, same race course. He's only raced at San Anita. He was purchased for I think $3 million. $3 million. So he's by Into Mischief, who is a leading sire in Kentucky Derbies. Um, we recently had Into Mischief Sovereignty. He won the Derby last year with Sovereignty. Sovereignty's an Into Mischief colt. Potente's last speed buyer was 97, where he perfectly timed Robusta at the finish in the San Felipe. His first one is over 6 furlongs, where he easily beat the field. He proved best. Um, he was at 8-1 in the San Felipe Stakes. I think he's the best in this field, no doubt. I think he's the best. I think he keeps on improving. Over this, he went 1 mile and 1/16th, in a mile and a 16th. Um, he just keeps improving. He looked tremendous at that distance, in my opinion. Um, I just think there's a lot to look forward to. I think he could be a threat in the Derby. Um, no, but yeah, I just think he has a lot to prove. $3 million Colt. I just think there's a lot to like, but not much to say. Because he only has two starts, but a lot to like. A lot to like. We move on to Fertruvian Man. He's trained by Doug O'Neill, and his sire is Vino Rosso by Curlin. So Curlin is really good. Bernardini's also really good. Um, Also related to Sovereignty is Bernardini. So as we get into this PPs, he went out at in December 27. Went out December 27. Um, this horse is mm, he's ridden by Antonio Frasu. Um, I don't know. He's never really faced this type of company. He came first in October at Keeneland in a maiden $85,000. Um, he's had some trouble at the starting gate, off slow. So if he could just fix that, I think he could maybe have a good chance. Um, he's had, yeah, poor speed figures. Poor speed figures. He's been beaten by some weak horses. He's went mile, but I just I don't think there's a lot to like. Um, yeah, I don't think there's a lot to like. Moving on to Robusta. Robusta. This one's to look out for at 8-1. Let me see how Harmio in the saddle. He's trained by Doug O'Neill. Sire Accelerate. The damn urban legend out of Into Mischief. Okay, so in his first race, he lost. He weakened. In his second race, he came first over Cherokee Nation. Something to look out for. He came first against Cherokee Nation, going a mile at Anita. His next race, he finished. Oh no. In the Robert B. Lewis, he tied in the stretch. He lost to Plutarch and Intrepido, which is like Plutarch is really good. He's targeting the Belmont Stakes as of now. Intrepido finished fourth in the Breeze Cup Juvenile. That was a battle. This race was a battle. In his most recent, he went off at very long odds in the San Felipe. He he came second. He fell short to Patente. He started to fade a bit late, going about a 16th. So, what I've learned is the San Diego Derby is a mile and an eighth, right? Mile and an eighth. He tired at a mile in the Robert B. Lewis. Um, they're going 23, so I wouldn't say it's not fast. It's not fast, and he tired. 22, he just tired. And not tired, but Patente just caught up to him. So if they're gonna go a mile and an eighth, I don't think that we could see him. I think we could see him coming in top three, but I feel like it's just gonna come back to. I feel like it's just gonna come back to what can how far can he go, right? This is a very long race. It's pretty long. It's I believe 8.5 furlongs. It's pretty long. It's pretty long. I want if he can go the distance. He has plenty of speed. We saw that in the San Felipe Stakes where he ran a 97 buyer. Um, he ran 97 buyer. Jaramillo is riding really good. He's number one at Santa Anita right now. He's got Doug O'Neill as the trainer. So we could see an upset. We may see an upset if he can go the distance, which we could. We saw him at 67-1 in the San Felipe, so we may see an upset. We never know. Never know. Moving on to So Happy. Moving on to So Happy. He has 3 starts under his belt. His first race, he came first at Del Mar in a maiden 60,000. He came in at 38-1 with Mike Smith in the saddle. Mike Smith hopping back on So Happy. In January, he went to the San Vicente. He earned a 101 speed buyer, going 7 furlongs. 7 furlongs. Ran a 101, actions 22, 43, 108, 121. So pretty quick, but at the same time, it's a 7 furlongs, so I would expect it to be quick. Um, He finished. I think that's butane. I think yeah, no, he beat butane. Um, at 3-1 odds in the San Vicente, which obviously made him a 2-1 shot in the San Felipe, where he finished third. Um, he in the stretch he tired a little bit. Potente ran right by him, but same thing with kind of like Robusta. We could see if he can go the distance of um, a mile and an eighth, since he tired when going longer in the San Felipe. Uh, they went quicker in the 7 furlongs though, so that's something to look out for. They went quicker, so I guess we could see him make a race of it. But at the same time, he's by Run Happy, Super Saver. So I wouldn't say the best pedigree. He doesn't have the best pedigree to go long distance, because I remember not Super Saver. Run Happy was a sprinter, so not the best of pedigrees. Start the Ride, 30-1, Armando Ayuso. Not much to look at. Not much to look at. Mm, oh, um, really poor speed figures. I don't see how he could even win this race. In his first race, he was declared a non-starter. Bit slow, off slow, so it's not well at the gate. Not the best pedigree. His trainer's Dan Blacker, which he's pretty good. So I don't think he can even finish. I think he's gonna finish last, to be honest with you. Moving on to the last horse in the field, Intrepido. Here we go. This one's pretty interesting. His only minus is really, yeah, he has not raced in 56 days. Jeff Mullins, really good trainer. Maximus Mischief by Into Mischief, really good. All right. It's all right, but first race in July, he's pretty raced. He has some races under his belt. At Del Mar, we could see he went 5.5 furlongs, 21, 44. This was against, I believe, Brandt. Yes, Brandt. With Balboa. Step slow, game off slow. So he's gotten better. He's raced in the American Pharoah. He came in a 99 speed by going a mile and a 16th. So he looked his best in the American Pharoah. Okay, moving on to my predictions. My predictions for the Santa Anita Derby is I believe Intrepido is gonna come second and Potente is gonna come first. I believe it's probably gonna be nose to nose between those two. I believe it's gonna be nose to nose between those two. One of them's gonna get up and get it. I believe it will be Potente, just like he did in the San Felipe. Um, but yeah, I believe it will be nose to nose, but I think Potente will come out on top.